One of my favourite tools within Purple Mash is 2Investigate, which is a database software. It enables teachers and students to really get an understanding how data is handled and how you can present it and interpret it. It's linked straight off the mapping, so I go to the Teachers section, go to the Victorian Curriculum Maps, and go to Statistics and Probability. Right in there, we've got everything to do with the curriculum that I can now link. Can go to Level 4. And here we've got select and trial methods of data collection, including survey questions and recording them, how to display that data. And within that, we've got the link to Investigate. So 2Investigate has got quizzes relating to already made databases, and this is the tool. So I'm going to go into the tool, I'm going to launch 2Investigate, and straight away it's given me a database, but I want to start a new one. So I'm going to go to New, and I'm going to choose from my class. So I can choose my class, and I'll choose my dolphins. So I choose dolphins. This is my class now ready for me to make a database for. So as a class, we could now consider the fields that we're going to add. So we're discussing the correct terminology. So into each record card, we want to collect a field. So we could be looking at maybe their eye colour. So something that they can collect, going around with a tally chart around the class. They could go and find out the information, so collect the data. And we need to use choices for this, just so that we get the spellings correct, because what you put in is what you'll get out. So if we put in the correct spellings, we're going to get blue, brown, maybe we've got some hazel eyes in the class, maybe some green eyes, and then there's always somebody who's got other. So we've got another in as well. So we've got those fields within that, go into that record card, and add another one. Maybe we could do hair colour. So we can have hair colour, and again we can do a list for this, so we could have brown and black and red. So blonde. Of course we need the other, just in case. So, okay, so this now has got two fields in it. Say OK. My class can then go and get a record card, and they can start filling in that data. It's already populated it with their avatar, so that is what they can create for themselves. But then they can go in. You can make this collaborative by switching on the collaboration button. That gets saved to their class. So I'll just overwrite one that's already there, make it quick, and then the class will be able to go in and get to their record card. But let's look at interpreting the data. So I'm going to go and open one that's already been created. So we've got one for aliens here. And the tools, the really powerful tools in here we've got record cards. So I can move these record cards around so I can illustrate how they would have been on paper at one point. But let's have a look at what the information is, what's stored within this database. You can view it as a table. So here's just showing the data in a table form, which is not that easy to then make an understanding of. We can sort of get an overview of it, but if we want to find a certain piece of information, we've got to scroll through it. So let's show how the data can be represented. So we could look at grouping it. So if we go to group, and we could group this. Now grouping by name isn't that useful because generally the names of these aliens will all be very different. So let's maybe group by their eyes. So how many eyes have they got? Now we can see this data physically moving around. We can see quickly that there's 4 different choices. They can have 1, 2, 3, or 7 eyes. We've only got one chappie that's got 7 eyes. So very quickly, by grouping the data, we can make sense of it. And that's how we're illustrating that you can do that with the internet. That's what the internet is doing. It's sorting information for us. We could look at the statistics. So if I go to the statistics, I can look at, again, we can look at eye, and we could look at how many they have. And it reinforces that information we just found, that there were 4 different types. We could look at this as a percentage and show how that data is represented, so that it shows us now that 35% of the aliens have got 1 eye, 55% have got 2 eyes. So you can use that and interpret that data. So another way of being able to represent data is in a chart. So it's automatically given us a bar chart, but we could have a look. Let's have again look at let's have a look at planets this time. Also, there's 4 different planets they could live on, and we could show that data as a pie chart and then look at the percentage representation. So being able to manipulate, show the data in lots of different ways means that the students can make sense of it, and they can then start to really understand how presenting data in the most useful way is what they want to be able to try to do. And then, of course, what databases are great at is searching. And this illustrates how the internet uses information. So if we go up to the Find button, and using our aliens database, I'm going to look for, we've been looking at eyes. So let's see how many of them have got one eye. And I'm going to add on a Boolean search. So add on another criteria for this search to meet. And we're going to put in their special power. Oh, bad breath. Let's see how many have got one eye and bad breath. I'm going to tick for a Venn diagram so I can represent the data in that way. And it's physically shown the movement of the data, the way it's moved into the right categories. So what is this chap here? Does he fit into both of the circles? And these chaps over here, they're not in both, but they're certainly in the blue one over here. So we can talk about how that data is represented. So that's one of my favourite tools within Purple Mash. See how you get on with it.